You're going to see all of these other things in close up in a minute. Right? This is just showing you a generic view of how you've got this mixture of them in the membrane. So here's looking at each one of them separately. These are what membrane proteins do. They can be ID tags, hi, my name is. Your body's immune system knows that something belongs to you or it does not. And it does that by looking at proteins that you have on the surface of your cells that are unique to you. Your immune system knows that that protein is a you protein, and if the cell has it, it's not going to be offended. If it finds a protein that is not a you protein, like you would find on a bacteria or something else, it's going to mount an immune response to it, because that's how it recognizes you from not you, is these marker proteins, these glycoproteins on the surface. Glyco refers to carbohydrates, and that's because you've got a protein with a little piece of carbohydrate sticking out the top. Attachment proteins, well, if you haven't noticed, you don't fall apart. Your cells are all attached to each other. They are attached to your bones, to your ligaments, to your tendons. Your skin is attached to the rest of you. Everything is attached. The reason that's all attached is that you've got proteins on the surface of the cell whose job is to grab onto neighboring things, whether that is another cell that also has attachment proteins on it, or whether or not it's another molecule of protein that is outside the cells, but it's what holds you together. And then you've got, and these guys, way most important. Okay. Transport is huge in this entire course and the next one. In fact, the next course, Anatomy 2, Bio 121, you have literally 2 entire chapters on this, because that's what your blood and your excretory system, your kidneys, are involved with basically shuttling all of these things around and putting things into and out of cells all in the right places at the right times. And it all has to do with this. So you've got different kinds of transport proteins. I'm not going to go into them here because we're going to go into each one separately in a minute. But they all in some way regulate what is allowed into a cell or out of a cell. You also have proteins that are basically like a doorbell. There's your house. There's a certain little spot on your house where if somebody pushes it, you are alerted inside that someone is at the door. These are like that. A specific molecule binds to one of these receptors and it sends a message through the inside of the cell that, hey, this molecule has just arrived. And then a series of pre-programmed steps happen. But that's what their job is. Their job is to simply alert the rest of the cell that something, some particular molecule is there or not there. You've got ones that have enzymes stuck on the outside. This is the way a lot of the cells in the inside of your intestines work. They have got enzymes on the surface of them that help to digest the food that's in your stomach and your intestines, mostly in your intestines. And so they just simply have enzymes on the outside so that this cell can literally digest things in the environment around it, not within it. It'd be like you laying down on something and digesting it as you laid on it.